Hey gang, Wisconsin Lockman here. I just wanted to touch base with you and let you know what's going on with our situation with Irvine Park in Chippewa. Little history and then I'll give you up to date stuff. About a year ago, not even a year ago maybe, we were hunting Irvine Park and evidently a park board member observed a detectorist digging holes in the park. And she put herself on the agenda to talk about detecting on city parks. So I was contacted by the supervisor, the head of the Parks and Rec Department in Chippewa Falls, Mr. Dick Abear, and he asked me to come down to the park board meeting that night, or that week I should say. So I went down there. I also brought along pictures of all the trash that our club has picked up year after year after year. And I presented that information to the park board and explained the proper digging techniques and gave them a pamphlet on proper digging techniques. Well, just lately we've went to a couple of meetings. Our vice president of our Three Seasons Treasure Hunters Club, Mike Schoonover, myself, our president, Marty Fankhauser, Eric Nias, one of the club members, and a couple others. We went to a couple of the meetings, and then after that, Mike Schoonover met with Mr. Aber on a one-on-one, and we have worked out an agreement with the city of Chippewa Falls for detecting on any state or city parks in Chippewa Falls. We've come up with a set of guidelines which I'll read to you. That will be posted at Irvine Park entrances, or I believe, well, maybe not the entrances, but it will be on the big pavilion down in the park area. There will be guidelines for metal detecting use. The guidelines will be going as follows. It says the recreational use of metal detectors is allowed under the following guidelines. And there's 10 of them. I will read all 10 of them so you can let that sink in. It says all rules pertaining to facility use will be followed. That's number 1. Number 2, any damage to property will not be allowed. Any damage must be reported and will be the responsibility of the detector user. Number 3, ground conditions must be taken into account before any target recovery is attempted. Examples would be ground being too dry to dig a proper plug. And what I mean is when we have dry spells and the ground is just dirt, dry, and there's not been any rain, we do not dig. And by proper plugs, that means a three-way, three-sided plug, like a horseshoe plug. We do not cut a total, complete circle plug, because we had a situation where some people went up to the Northern Wisconsin State Fairgrounds and cut circle plugs, and the dry conditions dried out their plugs, and there was left with dead spots all over the lawns. So as a club, we went up to the fairgrounds a couple of years back, brought in grass seed, black dirt, and water, and repaired a lot of the damage so we could continue to detect at the fairgrounds. So that's what we mean by too dry to dig. Number 4, target recovery will be made with very little disturbance to the ground, and any sod will be replaced and show no signs of disturbance. That goes hand in hand with proper digging techniques. If you know how to properly dig, then you're good to go. If you do not know how to properly dig, contact us guys at Three Seasons Treasure Hunters, and we'll go through a training session. In fact, we're going to be having a training session here coming up. I'm going to explain that in a little bit after I get done with the guidelines. Number 5, no buildings or fenced area will be entered without permission by the proper authorities. Number 6, let me remind you, number 5 also goes hand in hand with a code of ethics for metal detecting. Number 6, any item recovered that can be identified as having historical significance shall be reported and turned in if requested by the proper authorities. Any items of archaeological significance shall not be removed and must be reported. No person shall damage, remove, or deface any property. Number 7, items such as coins and unidentifiable jewelry may be kept by the detector user. It is this person's responsibility to make every attempt to locate the owner of any identifiable property. In other words, if you find a ring, a class ring, or anything with markings on it that you can possibly find an owner, you will make 100% effort to try and locate that owner. We as a club do not keep property if we can find an owner. We get it back to them free of charge. It's as simple as that. Number 8, any person found violating the rules of the facility may be subject to further action under the city ordinances of the city of Chippewa Falls. In other words, you can be arrested for criminal damage and have a police record, and then be asked to leave the park. The facility assumes no responsibility for any injuries occurred while engaged in the act of metal detecting. And number 10, the final one, we encourage anyone pursuing this hobby to receive proper training in target recovery, and that's common sense. The guidelines, like I said, will be posted near the pavilion in the park for all detectors to see. Along with the guidelines, the Three Seasons Treasure Hunters is going to be posting a notice also. And that says the Three Seasons Treasure Hunters Club was created to give people the opportunity to enjoy this family-oriented hobby. We provide training and education to anyone interested in this fascinating hobby. Please feel free to contact our club if you have any questions or concerns regarding metal detecting. You can either contact Marty Fankhauser, club president, at 608-304-0889. Michael Schoonover, vice president of the club, 715-202-0529. Or myself at 715-577-0235, and I can also be contacted at Chippewa Valley Lock and Key at 706 East Grand Avenue in Chippewa Falls. We are also ground view metal detectors at 706 East Grand Avenue in Chippewa Falls. Our website, www.threeseasonstreasurehunters.com, and we have it in bold letters in the bottom of this posting that will be next to the guidelines. Please follow all rules of this facility. We have worked with the park board to attempt to come up with some guidelines, and we have done that. So we have saved a place to hunt. We just ask that you do it respectfully. We do not want to lose another place. Places are being lost daily around the United States. Well, I should say world, I guess. There's a lot of people out there that do not want metal detecting out there. They figure that we are stealing things, which we are not. We are bringing history to the surface. We're bringing items out that we display at different functions. History days at schools. The fair, we set up booths. We go to different functions, civic organizations, and talk about what we do. It is not greed. This is a family hobby. Something that we're pretty proud of. We have worked with the park board in providing a metal detecting workshop. So we will have a detecting workshop Saturday, May 9th from 10 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. We will be at the Loretta Cutsforth Shelter on Flag Hill in beautiful Irvine Park in Chippewa Falls. We urge everyone that's interested in this hobby to come on out and learn about the fascinating hobby of treasure hunting. There will be hands-on training and instruction from our club members. We will be showing proper digging techniques and recovery techniques. We will be showing different machines and talking about different machines. If you have a machine and would like to bring it along, feel free to. You can learn your machine. If you're having problems with it, one of our members will be glad to assist you. We will have literature from local dealers. Myself being one of the local dealers for ground view metal detectors. There will be membership sheets to join Three Seasons Treasure Hunters Club available for anyone that would like to join. It's $25 a year for family, which is one male, one female, and one minor child. The additional children are $10 each for the year. Single is $20. And kids that just want to join with permission from their parents, it's $10. We also plan to have a silver dollar raffle, I should say, with 50% of the proceeds donated for improvements of Irvine Park. Like I said, this event is free to anyone interested in this family-friendly hobby. For more information, you can contact the members that I had said earlier, Marty Fankhauser, Mike Schoonover, or myself. This is sponsored by the Three Seasons Treasure Hunters Club and the Parks and Recreation Department of the City of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. We hope to see you there to have a good time. And I want to just fill you in on another thing that we also do every year, which will follow this metal detecting workshop. We're going to be doing the Adopt a Highway for club members again this year, following the workshop. So we're going to be meeting out on County X at the Lafayette Town Hall, and then going from there to clean up along the roadsides from County K all the way to County XX. It's approximately 3-mile stretch that we clean up. So that's for club members only. If you're a club member and would want to help out, the club picks up supper at Pizza Hut at the end of the cleaning up. So that's just some of the things we do. We also do a fair booth at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. July 4th, we can be seen at the Chippewa Valley Museum at Carson Park in Eau Claire. We put on a presentation for them down there. So any questions, feel free to contact any of us, like I said, and we're also located on Facebook. Until then, happy hunting, and we'll see you again. Thanks for watching.